Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about 1099s. So, okay, Bella. So kind of what you need to do is you need to ask anyone that you work with for a W-9. And if you're working with someone, you should be prepared with a W-9 for yourself. You can get a W-9 from the IRS website. It's really easy. You just go to irs.gov and right up here in the search bar, type in W-9. Okay, and right here it is. Okay. Hello. So this is what a W-9 looks like. So what you're trying to gain from getting this information is it has the company name, if they're doing business as, the address, city, state, zip code, and either their social security number or their employer ID. So the employer ID is the federal ID number you get from registering your business with the IRS. So you want to have this, and then they sign it right here. Okay, so this second page just kind of tells you a little bit about what the actual W-9 is for. Okay, so someone refusing to give you a W-9 does not stop you from having to give them a 1099. So we are talking about a 1099 miscellaneous. So if someone refuses, you just issue it and you don't put the number on there, and you can send in a little note that says that they refused, or if the IRS contacts you, you can just let them know that the company refused to give you their identification numbers. And, you know, it's not going to be a fault on yours. It's going to be a fault on theirs. The IRS will be able to figure that out because they're going to look in their database and they're going to look for that company. So even if someone hasn't filed for a federal ID number, you know, they may have that company associated on their personal return. So it's going to come back around to that person. So now I want to go through with you kind of how you fill out this form. And I'm actually going to show you the software that comes with this little packet. So this packet is really great because it comes with the 1099 forms. So you either have to have an official 1099 form, or you have to have software and the blank forms that you can use to put this information in. So it's really best if you either ordered online or you go into like an Office Depot, Office Max, and just get something. It's inexpensive. It's really easy to get. Okay, so it comes with a little disc, a little CD. Okay, and the software is on that CD. So this is the software. It's called this TFP. Okay, so the great thing about this, for one, is that you can actually file online. So you see here when you get it set up, it says file W-2s and 1099. So you can click Show Me Now. Okay. And then you just want to fill in right? Continue. Okay. So the great thing about this is if you do this, then next year, if you buy the same one, you can actually import this information in. You don't have to type it in. So that was one of the things that appealed to me with this one. And it's inexpensive, and I don't have to pay someone else to do it. It is not difficult to do these, especially with these forms that you just have to fill in. Okay. Oop, I guess I don't need that dash. Okay. Just want to verify everything looks correct. All right. So now I can close. So see, it's $1.65 per form for e-file, which is totally reasonable. All right. So now, okay, so the first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to create a company. So this is going to be your company. Okay, so right over here on the right, it kind of walks you through the steps. So you just want to go to payers and recipients, manage payers and recipients. Okay, and then right over here is the company. So you would click on add new payer. All right, and this is where your information comes in. All right, so I want to show you. Okay, so when you file for a federal ID number, this is what you're going to get back, okay? So this is mine, all right? This has my employer ID. It has what my company is, so I'm sole member. Anytime you are a single member LLC, you're a sole member. So this is the information that you're going to be putting into that form, okay? So this is your company, your address, and this right here is your employer identification number. Okay, so that goes right here, 81-519-0029. Okay, and you can decide whether you want the federal ID or the Social Security number. Okay. Might help if I spell it right. All right. So you just go in and put all your information in. Put your state in. Okay, so I am a 941. All right, so you're going to be mostly a 941. So the 943 is agriculture, 944 is an annual return, then there's military, railroad, Medicare, government employee, and household. So household would be like if you had a house cleaner or something along that lines that you were playing a nanny. Okay. All right, so none of these are going to apply because you're not a not-for-profit, a state, or federal government. Okay, and then you just want to put your contact name in here and your email. Okay, and then click Save. All right, so this is the one we're going to use. All right, so now what we're going to do is we are going to click Start Filing, and we're going to come over here to 1099 Miscellaneous. Okay, so let's talk about these others just for a minute. Okay, so this is from broker or barter. This one is for cancellation of debt. This is dividends, interest, retirement, and annuities. And this is from real estate. So none of those are going to apply to you. What's going to apply to you is the 1099 miscellaneous. Now this software also takes care of W-2s, So with a W-2, you have to send in a W-3. With a 1099, you have to send in a 1096. So you just click on 1099 miscellaneous. So miscellaneous is just everything that doesn't fit into one of those other categories. Okay. All right. So this right here is the form. Okay. So if, let's say that we go through this and you realize that you made a mistake, don't panic, because you can come back in this software and right here you can click to void one, or you could click to correct one. Okay. So don't feel stressed if something goes wrong. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is pick your payer. Click new. So what this does is this opens up this form so that you can start putting things in. So if you needed to void it or correct it, you would put these up here. You would mark these. Okay. All right. All right, so I just unclicked it. All right, I kind of like to hide the selectors just because I think it's a little bit easier to view it this way. All right, so now what you're going to do is you're going to add in the recipient's information. Okay, so this is my web designer. All right, so we're going to use him as our example. Okay, so see, here is his W-9. So I sent him a message and I said, hey, need your W-9. And so he sent it over to me. And so we can use that to start to fill in his form. All right, so we just go over here and we say, okay, 47164. So we put in 47164. 1598. All right, and that is a federal ID number, okay? And then it's Donnie Glover is his name. All right. Then the address, and you can just copy and paste because we love that. Okay, he's in South Carolina. He is in Columbia. And his postal code is 29212. Okay, so the ones that are in bold, okay, are the ones that need to be filled in. All right. So just click save to save that. So if you had an account number with this individual, you could put that in. But now I will go ahead and fill in anything that I know that I have paid to Donnie. So I pay Donnie through PayPal. So what I can do is just go to PayPal, download my transactions, and then I can just do a quick kind of search on it, and then I can use that to fill out his information. I'm actually going to show y'all a way to do what you would call a pivot table. And this is something that you can do in Excel. If you're not familiar with Excel and Excel intimidates you, don't worry about it. You don't have to do it. It's just a way that you can do it if you need to. Okay, so I will fill in his information. So we'll say I paid him $4,000. Right, and that's it. That's all we have to do on this form, and we just hit save. So you just do this for each individual one that you did, and once you're done with all of those, so you just keep coming back here, all right, and you click new, right down here, new. So it doesn't matter what software you use to do this. It's really very easy. And, you know, fill it out. If you don't have their ID number, just go ahead and fill out everything you know and go ahead and send it to them, mail it to them. If you don't have, if all you have is their email address, email it to them. Because, you know, you are going to protect yourself from not getting in trouble. They are going to have to answer for not giving you the information that you need in order to comply with the laws. Okay, so in the next video, I'm going to show you how to do a pivot table. So if you don't want to do that part, you don't have to. You can just figure it out by hand, which is totally okay. If you have gone through the QuickBooks and you're using QuickBooks, by all means, you can run a report in QuickBooks to get this information. Okay?